Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. I'm Chris.
I'm Audra.
I'm going to have to think of something funny to say because Ron and Lourdes aren't here. So I'm present.
You're present.
Yes.
And I'm here.
All right.
Happy Monday.
No such thing.
Oh.
Glad she said it.
I have to apologize for anybody watching Facebook. For some reason, StreamYard is not going live on Facebook.
Yeah, I noticed we only had 5 people when we started. I'm like, that's a fourth of what we normally have.
7 now.
Oh, we have 7 now. It's still a fourth.
I think we need to get on Margie. She's got to reset those, I think.
Okay.
So
Hi,
that
Ray.
How you doing, Race?
Hey, Race.
Hi.
Everybody say hi to Race.
Our guest tonight is Race Hobbs, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, disappear.
Yeah,
He's
so
like, I'm out.
anybody that watches on Facebook that can't see us right now, if you're listening, probably not. Go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube. Yeah, it looks like
I'm
the
looking
only
at Facebook.
channel.
It's not live on Facebook at all.
Weird.
All right. Well, it may take them some time to find us. But yes, YouTube, people. Only YouTube appears to be functioning.
Yep, it's not live at all.
YouTube.
Oh, well, we're on YouTube, y'all.
guys up here at the top, it shows that Entity Voices Facebook is live. Wait a minute.
Oh, now it's
Oh,
live.
I see a Facebook user. Okay, maybe it is working.
Anton.
Well, it's on UNX. It is not on our Entity Voices. I'll have to share it. Let me find it on UNX. Everybody, I'll get you going. Give me a minute. Yeah, there it is.
I'll get out.
Copy me on it so it goes to mine too.
It's a Monday,
It's a Monday, y'all.
This is how Mondays
Maybe
go
we
for
should
sure.
change our schedule from Monday to Tuesday. How's that?
It used to be Wednesdays, remember? Long time ago.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yes.
Give me a minute, y'all. Technical difficulty. It won't let me tag you, Tony.
All right.
What was that, baby?
Yeah, I'm trying to do 3 things at once here. Cut me some slack if I screw up.
Yeah, give the man a break.
Good Lord, woman.
Good Lord.
Yeah, John.
John?
What?
It is on Entity Voices. It's on Southern Entities. It's on UNX.
I just
Hey.
discovered, you guys, that it's going to be you guys that have to go do your Facebook page. We can't do yours.
Yeah, they're hooked up. I reconnected them. What was
Yeah.
that, Thursday?
For some reason, StreamYard keeps kicking them.
Yeah.
Because I had Southern Entities on there. I had mine on there. Tony had his on there. We had Entity Voices on there, and it won't go through.
Yeah.
I'll do some investigation. I'll
Cool,
get some
thanks,
advice.
Rick.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. We gotta have it back in our race.
I can't do it.
Welcome to the club.
Okay.
It's awesome.
So what'd you guys do over the weekend?
What did we do?
We celebrated our anniversary
Oh,
by
that's
going
right.
out to one of our favorite
Yay.
restaurants. So some
If-
good Italian food.
If y'all ever make it to Concord, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Gianni's Tatriana
Something like
in
that.
Concord, it has the best Italian restaurant I have ever found.
So
period.
yummy.
Wow, that's
The
awesome.
food is just
Authentic.
delicious, authentic.
Love it.
That's awesome.
That's
Yep, the
all.
owner is from Queens, New York. Oh my
Thanks,
God, the
Roger.
food is delicious.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's what we did. And then
Yeah,
that was about it.
it was about it. It rained and it was cool here, so we were supposed to have a garage sale, and of course that got pushed off to next weekend. So
Which never happens in Phoenix.
No. You'd be waiting 8 months for rain, and chances are you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it.
Garage sale canceled because of sun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Every single Saturday. What'd you guys do?
Oh, I cleaned.
Oh, okay.
I cleaned his loft, organized everything, because I know he cleaned his shelves, but I noticed he didn't wipe all his stuff. So it's the dust are like this thick.
I wiped everything. All right, we're not getting into this. Anyway,
So you
what did I
cleaned,
do? I found clips for the show,
go through evidence.
and Dylan was here, so
Yeah,
I
Dylan
spent time with
was
Dylan
here.
on Saturday. It was nice.
Yay.
Yeah, he actually brought me lunch at work on Thursday. Showed up, it was so cool. He bought lobster po' boy sandwiches. Oh my God, were they good?
Where from?
A place called Angie's Lobster. It was, oh my God, it was so good. They own
Lobster in Phoenix.
well, they own a lobster company on the East Coast. So all they do is ship it because it's their product. But it's good. If you're in Phoenix, it's on Pinnacle Peak and like 19th Avenue. So good.
Next door.
Yeah, it's right next to our work. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, I have to apologize. The show that I shared on Facebook was last week's show.
Oopsie.
It will not allow me to share this week's show because it has not gone live on Facebook.
Don't worry about it. Well, we can share it after off of YouTube for anybody who can't find us. We're up to 11 now, though. It's getting there. 12.
So somebody's watching it on Facebook. I don't know how they're watching it because I can't find it anywhere.
But probably on UNX Facebook. It's probably.
I looked on there.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you got to go under the live, though. You won't see it on the regular postings.
It's paranormal. It is.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No big deal.
Yeah.
Y'all, you all came to see a show, not me staring at Facebook trying to figure out what the hell Facebook is now.
So we don't have Ron and Lourdes today.
Yes,
No, they are.
Up in Niagara, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing enough, they're doing paranormal shit.
Huh.
Yes.
Go figure.
Go figure. Exactly.
Go figure.
Right. Good for them.
We miss you
Yeah.
guys.
So we have a special treat for everybody tonight. So the 4 people that you are looking at here, Tony and Sheree are the ones that discovered the Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital in Ajo, Arizona. Well, they're the ones that started the investigation cycles and bringing paranormal groups in. Ghost Adventures was there before Tony and Sheree caught it, but it wasn't that popular even after they were there.
Mm-mm.
The 4 of us, Tony and Sheree started it. They started opening it up for private investigations, and then we started investigating it with them when we came together as a team. Our first investigation as a team was at the Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital.
Yes.
We talk about it all the time for you guys. You've heard about it numerous times. So what we did tonight is we put together a collage of evidence that we have caught there. And guys, I'm telling you right now, all the investigations that the 4 of us did in this hospital, this isn't even a third of what we have.
No,
I
not as
I
close.
still have files of EVPs that I haven't produced show ready.
Me too. Lots of them.
Thousands upon thousands of clips from this location. And guys, this is one of my top 3 in places of all time. I've never missed a building before in my life.
I was just gonna say, I know we talked about this last
Last
Monday.
week,
Yeah. And I said it's scary when you can call a place like that like home. Like you just
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And we spent, the 4 of us spent so much time in there over the years. And it's really great to be able to go back and look at the different things we captured, because you start hearing same voices, you start hearing familiar voices. We could call voices by name and get responses. And just the whole escalation of how they kind of got used to us being there, and asking for them, and which, ended for Sheree and I with that awesome shadow figure capture, which I'm not going to show tonight because everyone's probably seen it, but there is a ton of other stuff to show. But what we'd like to start out with for people who are not familiar with it, never seen it, don't know what it looks like, is we had some drone footage shot.
What's the Phelps?
Sort of what the outside looks like. You'll get to see kind of what the inside looks like. So let's go ahead and let's
real quick. Guys, the Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital was the Phelps Dodge Corporation. There was a giant copper, silver. There was a couple other minerals they got out of the mine. It's right across the street from the original mine pit. They started building it in 1903 and opened the doors in 1912, 1913. Didn't close the doors until 1984. Okay. So it was originally built as a hospital / office for the mine, but it ended up being the local hospital because it was the only hospital in the southern part of Arizona, in the southeastern part of Arizona. People would travel there from Yuma, from Casa Grande.
Yeah.
We're talking days. Horseback or train is the only way they could get there. Right. This hospital ended up going public. So what we discovered in the research over the years that we were there is what records they could still find recorded 1,685 deaths.
Yeah.
Okay, that was recorded. The rest of the records are in the Historical Society in New York City for the Phelps Dodge Corporation and are locked off to the public. So let me teach you guys a little something. When a company does that, all those deaths that weren't recorded were not recorded for a reason, because more than likely the mine was at fault for most of those deaths. So they're guessing somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000 deaths, right, Tony?
Yeah, that is correct. And GOB, it was around 30,000 square feet was the size of the hospital. So it wasn't huge, but for Ajo, it's by far the biggest building anywhere in the town.
Well, and that was
5 times anything else there.
It wasn't even that big until they added another section and a basement in 1932.
Correct.
So the original portion and the lab. So the original portion of the hospital wasn't even the 32,000 square feet that sits there today.
Good point. Yeah. Good point.
Yellow fever, children's dying there. All the births. Every child that was born in that area, in that region, was born in this hospital. Everybody knows Carrie Hopper, a friend of ours. She used to be with Southern Entities. We've had her on the show before. Her grandfather was born in that hospital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her uncle was born in that hospital. Her grandmother was born in that hospital, and a couple of them died in that hospital.
Yeah.
And that's how we met. That's how we met her. She came in to do one of our paranormal tours where we showed people how to do investigations and stuff like that. So that is the quick version of that. And to add it all up, the land where the copper mine is and the land where the hospital sits today was taken away from the indigenous tribes that were down there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see on the promo there, I have a picture of when the Phelps Dodge Hospital was first completed. There's some guys in suits standing there, and if you look, there's a few of indigenous Native American Indians sitting there with them. That's part of the original tribe. So some of this land was taken away from the tribes down there just because of the copper.
Yeah.
So, and the original owners buried on top of the hill in a mine made out of copper, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
They they carved it out of the rock. They lined the inside with copper from the mine and placed him in there. Correct.
Yeah.
Placed his body in there.
And you can see the cross from the front of the hospital up on top of the mountain. So
on top of the mountain, correct.
So here is that drone footage of the place that we were just talking about. So here we go.
that's just a brief sort of an outside shot. That was one hallway, and there's multiple more within it, but that was one of the more active ones. I think that was second floor.
Yeah, that was the second floor by the surgery area.
Yeah.
Bring memories.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
gosh,
many.
flashback.
But it had to be shot relatively early too, because half the ceiling's still there.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to ask you when that was shot because I'm like, wow, that's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
From outside. That is where we also celebrate our 4th of July.
Yeah, we had a great investigation there.
Dylan was with us then, right?
On the 4th of July? No, it's just us.
No, I think it was just us 4. He was there.
Yes.
He was there a different night. I don't remember which one.
Yeah. I remember we went out back by the loading zone and sat there and watched the fireworks.
Yeah. So it's
Yo, this is family connections. So Tony and Cherie's son Dylan has been in that hospital. My son and his wife have been in that hospital and had some really cool experience. That was Stetson's first paranormal investigation was in that hospital.
Yeah.
My son's very first paranormal investigation. So
some good times there, no doubt about it.
Yep.
So this place was talked about so much that Channel News 4 from Tucson came in and did a clip on it.
They did.
So let's go ahead and play that now too.
All right, Matt, thank you. New at 10. As you know, tonight is Halloween, and Southern Arizona is known for its haunted hotspots. News 4 Tucson's Aaliyah Shahid traveled to one old mining hospital that's reportedly filled with the spirits of patients who never checked out.
Nestled in the small town of Ajo, Arizona, stands the historic Phelps Dodge Hospital.
This building was the original hospital for the entire mining community of Ajo.
As the mine folded, so did the hospital, but it seems some patients never left. Paranormal investigators Tony and Cherie Rathman explore haunted sites all over the country, but say they've never felt anything as terrifying as the Phelps Dodge Hospital.
The first thing we caught was in the pediatrics section of the hospital, a baby crying. And of course, we tried to dismiss it. Is it a cat in the building? Is it a bird? The sound was undeniably a crying baby.
The building is spooky, to say the least, and that's just from the outside.
What did you get me into, News 4 Tucson?
There's power only in the first room, leaving you to wander pitch black hallways, wondering if you're really alone.
We have voices, comments to our own questions.
Okay, this room has the eeriest feeling of all of them so far. And the worst smell.
Does it happen every time? No, but it's more consistent here than I've seen in any other location, and that makes it a gold mine as far as paranormal activity goes.
And the Rathmans say there aren't just voices.
Supposedly this sign literally jumped off the door and flew into one of those rooms over there.
Scared.
I, a self-professed scaredy cat, could not wait to get out of that building.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
But skeptics and spirit seekers alike can now check it out for themselves. The Rathmans have opened up the Copper Canyon Paranormal Research Center, allowing investigators of all things haunted to stay overnight in the hospital if they dare.
We have activity obviously classified as paranormal above and beyond normal. And how that's happening, well, that's the answers we're trying to find.
In Ajo, Aaliyah Shahid, News 4 Tucson.
That was so cool. Yay.
That was it.
That was way cool. That girl was peeing her pants.
Oh, she was so scared. Remember that? She was freaking out. And there was a door slammed or something, and she just screamed. They didn't put that in the news clip, but I mean, they filmed for probably 45 minutes, and then it was, a couple minutes at best.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It helped launch it, and it was cool.
What's funny is that hospital has such a reputation down there that we came in one night because we were basically the caretakers of the hospital, and we came in one night and noticed that there was stuff missing. Somebody had broken into the hospital and stole some old fixtures. So we called the sheriff's office in, and one of the sheriff's officer, and he was for Gila County, right?
Yep.
I'm a Maricopa County Sheriff officer at the time. He would not go in the hospital. I had to escort him through the hospital because he would not go in there without me.
Wouldn't go anywhere near it.
It was hysterical. But he was born and raised in that area.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
we've tried, Scott. We have tried. But it's pretty funny. The reputation down there in that area for that hospital is just insane, to the point where news crews and police officers are afraid to go in the damn thing. So
right, it does, and its reputation it supports it. I mean, after what was it, 3-4 years we ran that? I can't remember, but we got some amazing stuff from that place, and you're going to get to see a lot of that.
I know.
So do you want to skip around on the clips, or you want to blaze through our clips and then go into yours?
However you want to do it, doesn't matter to me. It won't make a difference.
Skip. I'll make the decision.
Great.
All right.
I'll make the decision.
There you go.
Now I got to move crap around.
That's right.
My wife likes making it difficult on me.
What we're here for.
Okay.
There you go.
So let's start with this first one. This is one that we caught on I don't remember which investigation it was because we did so many.
Right.
Weekend after weekend.
Normal investigation style. Audra and I'd get there early. Audra would stay outside or in the reception area, and I would walk the hospital, make sure all the doors would open, and I would place the equipment in the places I thought. Well, one of the best places was on the second floor, the nurses' station, down by the women's ward, down by the delivery room, down by the nursery where Tony and Cherie caught the baby crying, and also down where Tony and Cherie were sleeping. There's a nurses' station there. So I placed the recorder on the nurses' station quite often because we always caught stuff on the nurses' station. We caught equipment moving. You could hear paper shuffling. You could hear drawers shutting.
Yeah.
I mean, and this one, all of us had gone back downstairs. None of us were in the building. And this is what we caught on this one. So here we go.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Nobody in the building. Somebody's making sure we know they're there. So.
Right. That was cool. But that happened a lot. We would leave, Cherie and I would leave recorders, cameras running overnight. We'd come back and pick them up either late at night or the next day. And the stuff that was going on in that building, talking, footsteps, doors banging, sounding like boxes or carts were being dragged up and down the hallway. And that occurred all the time. It didn't matter whether it was 2:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
It was insane.
Yeah, when we're done, we normally what we do is we set up and then leave all the digital recorders on and then leave so we can eat and then come back.
So it's been an hour and 15 minutes while we go eat. There's nobody in it. It's completely locked up. Nobody can get in. Yeah. And you hear all this stuff going on. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, who are these people?
Okay. This was the very first time Cherie and I were ever in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
It was a group investigation. There were maybe, 15 of us total. While the lady that was doing the investigation let us kind of go off on her own because we knew what we were doing. But these were some of the first EVPs we ever caught. And the building itself wasn't used to people being in there because it sat empty for 40 some years or 30 some years. I don't remember. Completely empty from 86 to when did we start? 2000.
I think 2019.
I don't remember. No, 2017 maybe 16. I don't remember. But it sat from 86 to 2000 whatever 16 without anybody there. Yeah. And then all of a sudden all these people showed up. We're walking around with recorders and that's what they asked. Who are these people? Who are these people?
All right, here we go.
Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is where we came in.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's what we thought, because we weren't even seriously investigating. We literally were just exploring. And then when we went through it, I said to Shree, do you hear this? I said, we've got it. We've got to get a hold of this building. We absolutely have to. And we did.
That's fun night.
That's awesome. You guys have you have a ghost dog behind you.
I know.
How can you? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, so this next one is a video of a video because I couldn't find the original, so I videoed the post I had on Facebook. It's the video quality is kind of crappy, but you get to see the gist of it. This was the receptionist counter in that first room that had nothing but lights. Tony, Cherie, Audra, and I were there to do it.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, tons. Yeah.
Michael,
Mary.
What
was that one?
I think we have Joseph.
Joseph was one.
And Jeremiah was another one, wasn't
it? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, there were. There absolutely were.
Or something like that. Something like that. But Michael was the prominent one.
Yeah.
Michael and Mary.
Michael and Mary were the prominent ones. Michael would answer.
Yeah.
There's some good clips from Michael in here.
And then the clip you guys heard last week of the You're Right, that's Mary.
That's Mary. You're right.
So this next one, we were setting up. It wasn't quite dark yet. You could see it. And I've got the laser grid and the camera sitting on the receptionist table, and it's shooting down the first floor hallway, which is the whole damn place is super active, but we got a lot of stuff down this hallway. The kitchen's down there, the old reception room's down there. Men's ward.
Yep.
The men's ward's down at that end. So I set up the laser grid, waiting for dark to come, and we go outside. So Tony and Cherie, we could take a break, right? And we're all sitting outside the door. You can hear us outside talking.
Yeah.
Watch the laser grid. Here we go.
That's awesome.
It blocks
That's
the whole
awesome.
side.
Yeah. Blocked it all out like something had come through that doorway and was coming right towards the camera. That's pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Also, one thing about this hospital doesn't have what you call that, the where they
there was no morgue. Right.
No, yeah,
there was no morgue.
On that.
They
hospital.
supposedly used this lower basement room on the what would be the east side of the building, and that's where bodies were said to be kept. But remember, most of these people that were working in the mine had come from God knows where, and even other countries to do this, to make money.
Yeah.
So they didn't have family around if something happened to them. So a lot of the non-recorded deaths were because who were they going to notify? I don't know.
Right.
Right.
So
they just burned the bodies.
Yeah, that was the rumor, that some of the bodies were actually burned. Now, whether that's true or not, I can't. We tried to verify it. We couldn't.
Well, I could tell y'all we spent at least 6 hours one day doing nothing but going through every inch of this flipping hospital, trying to find where that room is, and we couldn't find it.
Yeah, well, somebody said there was an underground section. There was a nurse's lounge, and then there was a hallway that went to an incinerator. It may be there, but we searched every inch of it. We couldn't find it.
Well, no, there was only one room that we couldn't get into, that room that they had locked in the basement.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the only place we couldn't get into. It could have been in there. Who knows?
Well, that was the newer section, so I doubt it. It would have been in the original. Mm-hmm. That locked room was in the 1932 section.
Right, but I wonder if there was a doorway behind the 1932.
We were in there. I didn't see anything. I remember being in there with Alan.
I can't remember.
The locked one in the basement, next to the library.
Oh.
He had all sorts of records in there and some other artifacts and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Oh well, nobody will ever know now.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is they don't have any copper.
Oh, this is Cherie, second floor. We were filming a video for.
Don't ask me. I can't remember their name.
I'm gonna forget his name.
For the
musician
yeah.
and his violinist girlfriend, wife now, I think.
Yeah.
But a music video was shot in there, and it turned out pretty good. But when they were on break, Cherie went up to do some EVPs, and it's just funny what they answer to her questions.
All right, here we go.
Can you please show yourself? Hello?
Wow.
Well, I think it was just hilarious that she said they don't have any copper. Like we weren't worth anything. We didn't have copper.
Get out, copper.
Oh,
hey,
we miss you guys too.
There they are.
That's awesome. This next one, I don't know why it has a Southern Entities background to it. It used to have, so the first one that you saw with the nurses station of the four of us, that was a background that Tony actually put behind us, but that picture was actually taken on the first floor in the Copper Canyon Paranormal Research Center in the Phelps Dodge Hospital.
Yep.
That was our first team pic that we ever took. Yep.
Yeah.
But this one, for some reason, has the Southern Entities background. I don't know when I did it. But this is me. So, like I said in the past, when everybody was working and I had time off from work and I'd be sitting at home bored, I would drive down and do an investigation by myself.
You would.
This is me standing in the reception area, and I wanted to show you guys this clip so you could hear and see some of the stuff that we experienced there. This is me just standing in the reception area holding the recorder like this. I stood there for about a half hour and got a ton of stuff. So here we go.
Wow.
Is that a footstep?
I don't know if that's footsteps or banging or
door?
what, but
yeah.
I don't know. I can tell you after I caught that clip, I went through everything and looked for doors that had been slamming.
Right.
No idea what that was, but I was just standing there and I heard the noise. It was coming from upstairs. I do know that, but I don't know.
It sounds like it's above you.
Yeah, it was coming from the second floor, but I don't know what it was because I went up to the second floor after that and couldn't find what the noise was.
Wow.
It almost, if you listen close to it, it almost sounds like somebody hitting the elevator doors.
Oh, it does. It's got that metallic sound to it.
Yeah. So for everybody watching, it only had 2 floors, but they used the elevators to get the gurneys up and down, right?
And the elevator went to the basement too.
And yeah, and it went down to the basement. Yeah. So Rogers, it sounds like metal on, but the old elevator doors that was just one door that would come open, that was like a hollow sheet metal. That's what those doors were. And that sounds like somebody hitting
it does
the elevator door.
It sure does.
Phelps clip 1, Tony.
All right, that would be clip 1. I don't know what it is.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's just play it. All right, here we go, guys.
Hello? Oh my God, Chris, did you hear that? That wasn't you? No. Hello? Something's in here. I know something's in here.
Something's humming. Oh, did you guys hear that? Yes, I heard it.
What?
The water's dripping.
Mary, are you in here again?
Oh my!
I remember that investigation.
That
sorry.
That hospital is really, really creepy, and it's so pitch black. I can't walk by myself. I had to be with you guys.
When Chris and I were upstairs, we were on the second floor. I don't know if you guys were outside or down a floor or what, but it was just him and I up there. And I said, can you please say hi? And then I heard it, and it freaked me out because it was so loud, and I didn't know if Chris heard it. And I'm like, Chris, did you hear that? He's like, there's something up here. I'm like, I know there's something up here.
Yeah, well, you hear me in the clip go, that wasn't you?
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, no.
Well, I think this is the one also when the woman says you're right.
It might have been the same night. I don't think so though, because the time Chris said there's a woman in here and she said you're right, that was the first time Chris and Audra was investigating. This time was like the 20th or 50th or 100th. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So this next one, of course, is all of us. We're outside, and we've got a digital recorder sitting on the receptionist desk again. So here we go. You'll hear us in the background outside.
That's very, very quiet.
It's very quiet and
fast.
quick. So I'll play it again. Here we go.
Very clear though. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the male voice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Do you think that was the guy in the laboratory?
No, that was on the receptionist counter.
That was the receptionist counter.
But you know what? That damn receptionist area. Every time. I mean, how many times did we get? I've got one that says "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
And it's almost the same damn voice.
That I'll agree with. I mean, there was probably 5 or 6 voices that we can repetitively go, okay, same voice, same voice, same voice.
Right.
Well, and that damn reception area. So everybody so I've told this before. I went around and screwed every damn door shut except for the door that you go in and out. And then somebody had broken in and effed the door up. So I repaired the door coming in and I put a double-headed deadbolt. So you had to unlock it from the inside and the outside. And that was the only way in and out of the hospital.
How many locks did you replace? 3, 4 on that one door?
Yeah, 3 or 4. But the creepiest part about that thing is every time we'd shut down to leave for the night, it'd be like, okay, who's the last one out? Because you had to go across the hall, across the room, turn off the lights,
and then run out,
and then go to the door. And every damn time you went to that door, something would run up behind you.
Oh, I hated that.
I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
I remember that.
How many times did I turn around and go, "Stop fucking doing that"?
That's true, though.
Literally felt like something would run right up and get right behind your back, and you could almost feel the breath on your neck, like somebody was literally there.
Yeah, I remember that. Because I got lucky to do
when
that
we're packing. That's why when we were packing, Tony will ask me, "Honey, can you grab the cord, roll it up?" I'm like, "No, you go get it."
All right. We sent Dylan once, and something slammed on the wall, like behind, like on the other side of the wall, but right where he was standing. I thought he was just gonna go flying out the front door, but he didn't. He's like, what the hell was that? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. And just to give you guys an idea what we're talking about is the only electricity was in that reception hall. So if you wanted to set up equipment upstairs, we would bring hundreds of feet of extension cord and literally run it all the way down the first floor hallway, up the 2 stairs to the second floor hallway. So Tony sent Dylan upstairs to get that damn cord. Because you couldn't just pull it because it was all the way wrapped around the stairwell. You had to literally go upstairs and get the damn thing and bring it down.
All the way to 4th floor.
And everybody else is down in the reception area packing up.
Right.
Yeah.
Fun time.
Exactly. Yeah. Every damn time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this next one is clip 2. So let's go ahead and play.
All right.
clip 2.
Is that a horn?
Yes.
Where?
That way.
I just turned this on 666. It changed now, but it was 666.
Can you tell us who you are? I just saw you down the hall.
What were we in there? 3 minutes?
Yeah, we had just started.
We just started.
That's how it was. It was just response, voice after voice after. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, and what you guys see is I chase everything. So when Audra went like that, I'm down there in the dark. You just see me come back with that serious look on my face because the voices we always heard in there were so loud and clear. We literally thought there were live people.
Right. There were many times. I mean, we were talking a couple episodes ago about how Chris told that we were all upstairs on the second floor. There were people literally thought people had broken in and were wandering around in the floor below us. And Chris pulled his gun and said, "Stay here. We've got somebody broke in." Guess what? Nobody broke in. All the doors were locked, closed, nothing. So it was paranormal.
And Courtney just brought it up again. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to let you know, for some reason, we had a technical glitch with Facebook. For some reason, it didn't go live on Facebook tonight. So we're still live on YouTube. And once it's all over with, we'll send a YouTube video to share it to Facebook so you guys can watch it again.
Should have put all the equipment.
See, now you guys get to see the equipment I was talking about. The first time we met, I'm surprised Tony don't have arms the size of Arnold Schwarzenegger carrying that crap around.
That's probably real similar to exactly what I had the night at.
That's our issue with Tony when we investigate. It will take him an hour to set up everything.
Well, even just to turn it on and turn it off. She's like, "I want to take a break." I'm like, "Hold on."
Yep. Shit, take us 45 minutes just to unload your car.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next clip is me in the building by myself again, and it sounds like somebody's walking towards me. So here we go. Go ahead and listen to this. Listen to the, you hear some noises, and then you literally hear footsteps walking towards me. Here we go.
Yeah. There's a lot there.
I am standing completely still in tennis shoes, y'all. That was
That's the hospital for sure.
Yeah. Now, just to let y'all know, I never did it at night by myself.
That place there were a couple times I was really shook up in there.
Yeah. I can tell you, Chris isn't afraid of anything. I would not investigate the Phelps Dodge by myself at night. This was all daylight, so I could see my way out quick if I had to.
Well, even that shot we just watched where we're walking into that hallway, you can see the light on my screen, and we just disappear into that darkness as we go through it. I mean, it's
really dark.
Crazy.
Really, really dark.
Yeah, so that hallway that you guys saw the laser grid shining down, and then the hallway you just saw the clip of us where I come out of the dark and come towards the camera. Now, I was standing on the opposite side of the reception counter in the middle of the reception room. Literally, that's the second clip of me standing there just holding the digital recorder, because I was hearing the footsteps and I'm like, hang on, I'm hearing something. But you don't hear me talking because I'm by myself. because I would just be weird if I was standing there talking by myself. But
yeah, Jay, we have a FLIR thermal camera, an older one, but a really good one, and we've used it. I can't even tell you how many times. In fact, we rigged it so we could hook it up to the DVR, and we could let it run and record everything that was being run too. And I don't think anything at the Phelps Dodge was ever captured on the FLIR. Even that shadow figure, which was captured on the DVR, the FLIR was running right next to it, but it does not show anything on the FLIR.
But to answer that question directly, during those footsteps, no. I went down by myself, did a daytime investigation. I was in the building by myself. I didn't take the FLIR. I personally don't have a FLIR. I just had a digital recorder with me that day. So I'd snap some photos with my phone, but that's about it. It was me. It was like 11 a.m. in the morning. Everybody else was at work. I had a vacation week by myself. I was like, screw this.
I'm going ghost hunting.
I went down to Phelps. I had a key, so I figured, screw it. I'm going to
Fixing the doors, the window, the
wall.
Put up no trespassing signs.
Everywhere. We put up like 20 of them.
Well, we're all working and he's by himself at Phelps.
Yeah. Well, and then Stetson and Allison, my son and his wife, went down with me during the day, and we blacked out all the windows for the daytime tours. So there was a section on the second floor that was dark. And the best part about it is I'm hanging up a picture, or I'm hanging up blackout paper on one of the windows, and my son's wife was behind me, Allison, and that was her first paranormal experience. We're standing there, and a scream comes from down by the nurses' station. I mean, it was loud, and her eyes got this big, and she goes, "Oh my effing God, did you just hear that?" And I went, "Yeah, it's just a scream." That was at 10:30 in the morning, y'all. Yeah. We heard a loud female scream, and she was the only female in the building. So that's the type of stuff we experienced. This place was just phenomenal. Yeah. All right, so here's clip number 3.
All right.
Here we go.
There's a woman in here. And this is a bathroom.
There is a male talking. I can hear it. Are you in here? What's for dinner?
Yes, I realize I spelled bunt wrong. There's a D in there.
I love bunt cake.
That's okay. But who the hell has that for dinner?
But I want to know if the Phelps Dodge, if I could go back and look, and if they actually served that, that would be pretty cool to know. If you got a spirits, and I'm like, "What's for dinner?" Bunt cake. Bunt cake.
Bunt cake. That's funny.
Be nice to have that for dinner.
But that's a great clip to show too, because you guys can actually see how dark that damn hospital was.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
If it wasn't for the damn flashlight, we wouldn't know where each other was.
Nope.
Well, and then you get up on the second floor, and all those intertwining rooms.
Yeah.
So Audra would be in the main hallway. Tony would be down in the surgery center. I go off by myself in the dark all the time. And then Cherie would pop around the corner, and I would scare the hell out of her because she didn't know I was in the room.
You remember when you threw that brick or whatever it was, that big heavy brick into the room, and it made the loudest sound, and you just heard her go, "Ah!"
Of course, because it's so dark.
So for everybody watching, there's a story. So we would always get there before Tony and Cherie.
Yeah.
We'd leave at the same time, but Chris drives like a bat out of hell. So
I had to pack.
Yeah, and Tony had to pack his car full of crap. But we'd get there, and some of the windows on the second floor would be upstairs. So we would walk the hospital, and I would open up every door because doors would close on their own. So if I went through and opened up everything, I knew something was going on and what areas were going to be active. We'd be on the second floor. We'd come down the stairs and we'd turn the corner and Tony and Cherie would jump out of somewhere trying to scare me. It never worked.
No, it never. We never scared them. Ever.
I know.
But then one night, about 3 hours after dark, after they had tried to scare us, we're on the second floor and we have all these intertwining rooms and they're completely dark. And Cherie's over in this one room. I don't know what that room ever was, but it was right next to the x-ray room. And I was across the hall in the dark. And I found this brick with a piece of metal on it that had fallen off the wall or something. And Cherie was in that room doing an EVP session by herself, and I chucked that thing in the corner of the room.
That was
Man. You ever seen a little Filipino lady stick to the ceiling like a cat does in those cartoons?
That's exactly what it was, too.
Excuse me. Fun time.
Yeah,
She was mad at me for about 5 seconds until I went, that's for all those times you tried to scare me.
Oh, boy.
All right. So here's clip number 4. Here we go.
Hello. Hello. My name is Cherie. What's your name? We are not here to hurt you. Whoa!
What was that?
Did you guys hear that?
I heard a crunch.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. It's in this room.
No?
No, in that room.
What happened?
There's something like click or throw something. Are you draining our batteries?
Spirits, can you say hello? I hear you.
Is Michael in here? Can you say hello?
Michael, are you here? You gave us your name. Can you speak with me? Let's communicate. I know you're here. Oh, I think I heard you.
Never a dull moment there, ever.
No. That room that you guys saw where Cherie was freaking out from the noise was the room where I threw that thing in there. And I think it was about 2 minutes after that, wasn't it?
I think it was a different night because
Yeah.
there was a stone that was thrown.
In front of me.
Right, and it was
Oh,
from
yeah.
And you guys are behind me. I was walking first, Audra, and then you and Tony behind me.
We were on the other side of the hall. Chris was right across, I think, from you. Audra might have been one room up, and I might have been way in the back of the hall. But
yeah,
it was a stone thrown, and we have another clip where that happened. A stone was thrown as well.
All right, here we go. Here's clip number 5.
Testing. There any spirits in here? Can you say hello? If there's any spirits in this lounge, can you say something to us? Ooh, it's dark up here.
Don't know who did
I have no idea. But yeah, that stone, I mean, that was in the old waiting room. That room's no bigger than maybe 10 by 8. It's small. And this stone came flying, and you can hear it across the ground behind me. And so I turned around and tried to find it, but that was crazy.
Geo.
Regardless if I'm behind, I'll be scared too because nobody's behind me.
Yeah, dude. You weren't safe from anything. Well, I shouldn't say it's not safe.
Right.
But it didn't matter where you were, what section you were in, if you were first or last. I mean, it was just constantly happening.
Yeah.
Here's the best. I want to talk about history. In the old waiting room is where people used to come in and sit and wait or to be admitted. Is that little bitty tiny room. And on the wall to this day, it's probably still hanging there now. Smoking only allowed in this area.
Yep.
In a flipping hospital. You could smoke in the reception hall, but don't go down there by the oxygen, y'all.
Yep. Exactly what it said.
So here's clip number 6. This is a big one. So this ought to be good. Here we go.
Oh, wait. Before you play it, I think this one has the audio that we played last week on the show, and where Audra said, listen closely because they say they're sleeping. Well, I listen.
Lourdes
said it.
Yeah.
You said Audra.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lourdes said, I hear them say they're sleeping. I found it. She was absolutely correct. And it is so clear. So I wanted to, because this is Phelps. I wanted to have that in there. And then there's a bunch of other clips in here too. But keep an eye out for that because Lourdes nailed that. And it does say.
Fantastic. Here we go.
We crawled into our tents, screen tents, to keep the bugs off of us, and tried to fall asleep. The hospital woke up when we lied down. Noises came from every direction. Doors slamming, footsteps, voices. Now what you're about to hear was recorded with parabolic mics for about 6 hours. It has been condensed, so know that the frequency you're hearing these voices and sounds at aren't in real time. It's been condensed from that 6 hour period and put together for you to hear everything that happened that night. You will clearly see that we are all asleep and in front of the camera. Therefore, there's no way it is us making the noises you're hearing. Hope you enjoy. Okay, couple of things. That elevator is running multiple times in that clip. The other thing that just absolutely shocked me that I cannot not hear is a zipper, and it sounds like they're closing a body bag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you listen to when you hear the guys talking, the one almost sounds like he says Fernando.
Really?
Oh, I think I did. I think I do remember that being in there.
But there's one also like a footstep, like walking near us, like you can hear.
Well, and then that first guy says something, and then Lourdes was right. The next one says they're sleeping, so they obviously were right outside the door.
When you get a chance, Tony, review the end of that clip, that last hallway shot that shoots down where we caught the doctor standing in the doorway.
The right door.
The right door moves.
Really?
Either there's the shadow.
Well, I think that's what Therese said. She goes, "There's a shadow or some movement." In there.
Something moves down there on the right. Yeah.
Whether it's the door that opens a little bit or there's some shadow play across it, there's something that's going on over there.
Yeah, and someone or GOB says sounds like a gurney. Yep, I heard that. And then Mary Beth says,
"Can't hear you, Tony.
Did you mute?
Did Tree just mute you?"
No, it wasn't us.
You guys muted. There you go. Can't hear you.
Did you mute him?
No. Time out. The ghosts don't like you talking about them.
To this day.
All right, yeah, well, Tony and Sheree try and figure that out.
They can play another clip.
We only have one more to play.
Oh, all right.
So while they're figuring that out, do you want me to replay that clip again?
The 4-minute one?
Yeah. So everybody watching the chat, you want to watch that 4-minute clip again? Because this was actual stuff that we would hear during investigations at the Phelps Dodge Hospital. Now,
this is normal.
This was normal. Roger wants to hear it again.
Okay.
So here we go, guys. We're going to play that clip again while they figure out their audio. Here we go.
We crawled into our tents, screen tents, to keep the bugs off of us, and tried to fall asleep. The hospital woke up when we lied down. Noises came from every direction. Doors slamming, footsteps, voices. Now, what you're about to hear was recorded with parabolic mics for about 6 hours. It has been condensed, so know that the frequency you're hearing these voices and sounds at aren't in real time. It's been condensed from that 6-hour period and put together for you to hear everything that happened that night. You will clearly see that we are all asleep and in front of the camera. Therefore, there's no way it is us making the noises you're hearing. Hope you enjoy.
What happened?
Nope, we can't hear you.
Well, how'd you?
I didn't do that.
Oh.
Tony, did you stop the clip?
Oh.
Hi, everybody. It's the Chris and Audra Show. So let me go ahead and start that clip again while they get that figured out. Here we go again.
We crawled into our tents, screen tents, to keep the bugs off of us, and tried to fall asleep. The hospital woke up when we lied down. Noises came from every direction. Doors slamming, footsteps, voices. Now, what you're about to hear was recorded with parabolic mics for about 6 hours. It has been condensed, so know that the frequency you're hearing these voices and sounds at aren't in real time. It's been condensed from that 6-hour period and put together for you to hear everything that happened that night. You will clearly see that we are all asleep and in front of the camera. Therefore, there's no way it is us making the noises you're hearing. Hope you enjoy. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yay!
Yay!
I have no idea what happened. No clue. Nothing got unplugged. Nothing got shut off. I have
Dog is
no
not
idea.
here.
Yep.
That's funny.
Strange.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched real close. It's a glitch in the camera. It's not a shadow figure. It's not a moving of the door. It's when the camera skips. So yeah.
Very possible.
Missed that place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
We were just talking about that. I'm like, oh, I mean, I don't miss Arizona, but man, I miss the life that we had there.
And the people.
Yeah.
Well, we miss you guys too, because we were down there
every week.
Then we'd stay at the party porch place, and
yeah. Well, remember when we did the Halloween tours?
Oh, yes.
So
Yes.
Tony, my son Stetson, and I did Halloween investigations with anybody that wanted to sign up, and we were there for 3 days.
Yep. We did.
Yep. Thursday,
We did,
Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, the night before Halloween night, and the next night, which was
the Dia de los
Day of the Dead.
Muertos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Those were good investigations. We had, probably 30, 40 people join us over the 3 days.
Oh, easily, yeah. Yeah.
And then I would review all their evidence and show them what they captured. And man,
Right.
good God.
I did that in the beginning, and then I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. Because, I mean, they wandered around with the recorder, because I kept telling them, you know, if you turn the recorder on first, ask your question, wait 15, 20 seconds, then shut it off. No, they'd hand me the recorders. They let it run the whole 3 hours they were there, and I got to do that for 10 people? No.
Yeah.
The best part is when we had that Hispanic family come in, and I was reviewing their recorders, and the Hispanic son is like, these white people are crazy. It's like, dude, you got a recorder in your hand, and the white guy's the one who's not going to looking at it.
I remember that.
Yeah. Well, and then we, this is the best part. We had a group come in. It was 2 brothers and their cousin, which were actually coworkers of mine, and they were recording. And the one guy was farting the whole time, and they were going, really, dude? Come on, man. I'm sitting there going, good Lord. You're holding a recorder and you're ripping it through the hospital?
And the echo in there is...
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, we've got one more clip for you of the empty hospital.
Oh, this is one of the nights Cherie and I left equipment. I don't know if we went to eat, or I think we went to eat. But
we always do that.
Right. This was going on when there was nobody in the hospital, no living human being. Chris and Audra weren't around this night, so they were the only other people besides Alan that had a key. Alan did not come to the hospital after the sun went down.
No, he didn't.
Probably, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock at night. We went to go grab some food. And this is what was going on in the hospital when no one should have been there.
All right, here we go.
And just to let people know, this was a parabolic mic. This isn't just your standard recorder. So, I mean, it literally is zeroing in on any sound. So that's why it probably wasn't that loud, but it is a parabolic mic we were using to record. So,
and just so everybody knows too, parabolic mics, if you're wondering if it's picking up outside noises, to the south of the hospital is the big mining pit.
Right.
And then there's nothing but wide open desert all the way to the Mexican border.
Right.
To the north of the hospital, there's some houses back there, but I'm telling you right now, those people, it is a retirement community.
Right.
They're in bed by 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
The only outside noises you're getting is like you heard in the one clip, the coyotes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some thunder if there's a storm, but for Christ's sakes, it's Arizona. That happens once a year.
Correct.
Right?
Yep. Correct.
Yes.
So everything you're hearing, and to add to that, when they built the Phelps Dodge original portion of the hospital, these walls are 3 foot thick concrete.
Correct.
I mean, literally, I can't even fit it on the screen.
They're big.
These walls could withstand a bombing attack.
Yeah.
The roof, not so much.
The roof, not so much.
The roof won't handle another drop of water hitting it.
So you literally could not even get like Hispanic stations down there. We couldn't use sweeping ghost boxes. We couldn't use SB7s inside because there was no stations that wouldn't pick up the sweep because the concrete walls were so thick.
Right.
So when you're inside the hospital, unless you've got windows open, you're not picking up any noise from outside at all.
No. Right. But that reminds me of a good point, though. What I would love to be able to do after having spent so much time there is run Staticom.
I know.
We did not have Staticom then.
No.
But knowing Michael answered us how many times to be able to hear him speak through Staticom.
That would be so cool.
Or Mary or
Right. Well, Michael was interesting. Michael followed you guys to the Philippines.
He did.
And then we did an investigation at the good Lord
Tombstone you were at.
Yeah, the Watt and Tarbell's funeral parlor, where we actually got 3 or 4 almost full sentence responses from Michael, and he had said it's Michael, and we compared it to the same voice in the Philippines to the same voice of Michael in the Phelps Dodge Hospital. It was the same damn voice every time. So Michael ended up following us.
He did. He followed us all over. Matter of fact,
even in Bel Air
House. I was just going to say.
Yeah.
But in the Philippines, Cherie said we've come all this way to speak to the spirits, and you can hear Michael say, "I can help." And if you compare him saying that when we were in the Philippines to him speaking when he's in that, it's the same voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see. I think that might have been one of the ones I lost when we moved to North Carolina. But when we were in Tombstone and Otter and I were investigating down there, I said, I feel like there's something here protecting us. And I got an EVP. It said, it's me, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And I believe it because he did that more than once. He's followed us to locations. But very cool.
And it's such a sad. This was a great dedication to the Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital. It was such a good place for us. I mean, our friendship, blossomed there. We turned into lifelong friends, and I mean, there's so much there from the deaths, from the mine, from the Native American history there. I mean, we would stand out front, and I couldn't tell you how many times did I tell you I felt like there's Indians, like there's Native Americans. Standing across the way watching us.
Yeah.
Well, that 1,200-foot hole they dug down was all Native American land,
right?
Robbed from them and then scarred up by the mining, which is sad. But yeah, that place, we miss it. No doubt about it.
That was a place in our hearts. In the party porch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never replace the party porch.
No.
For everybody watching that hasn't seen before, there is very few. Ajo is a very remote town.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a sandwich shop, a hardware store, and a grocery store all in one building,
Yep.
It's all one building. And they have 2 restaurants?
Yeah, if you want to call them restaurants, but yeah.
2 restaurants. They have a town hall down. I mean, it is literally a retirement community. The only people that live down there are people that don't want to be found and old people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the one hotel that we would stay in, the front portion of the hotel was an old 1960s roadside, like
motel.
Route 66 motel
Yeah.
that was mostly used. I haven't heard from Michael.
I haven't. Have you guys?
We haven't heard from him in a while. I was hoping he'd come through Staticom on his own, but we haven't heard from him since probably the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
the hospital sold in September of 2021, so
yeah,
haven't heard from him since then.
But in the back of this old 1960s motel that was mostly used by the Border Patrol and Forest Service,
Right.
they used to have an RV resort back there that wasn't very popular because it's not like a vacation spot. It's not a destination spot. Most of the people that go through Haho are on their way to Rocky Point. Yeah. So in the back where they had these RV spots with like electricity and, you know, like water and sewer hookup for your RV. They would get these tough sheds. Literally tough sheds, and they would place them where these RV spots were, and they would put windows in them. They put bathrooms in them. They were nice.
They were for a tough shed. I mean, seriously, they had big TVs and all the showers were brand new and clean. They had massage chairs.
They had air conditioners that would freeze you the F out.
Yes.
But Tony and Cherie would get one either 2 down from us or one right across from us. And the one we always got had this tiny little porch that would fit about 6 people.
Well, technically 2. We made it fit 6.
We made it fit. But we would sit on this tough shed porch start about 2 o'clock in the morning. And the minute we were done with the investigation, man, it was time to drink. It was happy hour.
And we did. Oh my God, we did.
Until about
cabin, not tough shed.
They called them cabins. They were flipping.
They were tough sheds. Without a doubt, they were tough sheds.
And you could tell when they put these things together, it was whatever they could get at the hardware store.
Or whatever they could find on the ground. Because nothing matched. You would see old screws hanging up.
That's the style.
No, that wasn't the style. That was, but
it was shabby chic for sure.
Y'all, we could go through the tough shed that we stayed in every time. We'd always reserve it because the guy knew who we were. And I can tell you right now, there were flathead screws, number 2 screws, Phillips head screws, hex head screws, all in the same room.
Yeah.
So you could tell they ran out of Phillips screws, had to go get the next best screw they could get, and whatever it took to finish the damn thing. And then for some reason in ours, they put a sliding window.
Well, they had little windows on the floor, like they were part of the wall. They just kind of put these windows
wherever they would fit. And then they had one right next to the shower. You could literally lean out the shower, slide it open, and talk to who was ever in the bedroom.
I wonder who is their carpenter. Isn't it Nacho?
I think we know.
It was Nacho. It was Nacho because we saw him one weekend down there building one.
So for anybody who doesn't know who that is, if you watch the Ghost Adventures episode of the Phelps Dodge, the guy who was the caretaker of the hospital, that's Nacho.
He used to live in the hospital.
Y'all, this guy lived in a room way down at the end of the hall in the 1932 section.
Yes.
The only working bathroom was right on the edge of the older section, and the only working shower was on the 2nd floor. So he had his toilet 100 yards away from his room, and his shower 100 yards and on the 2nd floor on the opposite end of the hospital by himself.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed.
We talk about this all the time. So we figured we would make this all about one of our favorite spots.
So let me look it up real quick. Ghost Adventures. I think it's season 7. Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital. Here we go.
What does it say?
Season 17, episode 10 for Ghost Adventures. So season 17, episode 10. Zach's on his 27th season. So
Destination Fear was also there. I'm in that episode. But I think that's season 3, episode 6, maybe
7.
7.
Season 3, episode 7.
I think so.
Yep. Great place.
Yes, it was.
Bats everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh,
Tarantulas.
Yeah.
Yep. Black Widow, or no, not Black Widow.
Mice.
Yeah.
What else?
Wolf
Spirit.
spiders.
Wolf spiders. Yeah.
No, it wasn't wolf. It was brown.
Brown recluse. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we slept in the netted tents.
Yeah. I will never forget that damn tarantula that I trapped underneath that bucket.
Yes.
We lifted it up and walked out.
Lifted it up and got out somehow.
Funny stuff.
Brown recluse.
Brown recluse, yeah.
Nasty ass spiders.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. That was some of our personal evidence from the Phelps Dodge. That's not even a fraction of what we've got. So,
right.
I think I still have 4 or 5 files in there of stuff that I still never produced for show quality EVPs. It was just.
I've got terabytes of stuff from there.
Oh yeah, it was insane, but it was a great time. It was a great place.
It was.
That's right.
Exactly.
I'm just glad we never saw a damn snake in the damn building. I never would have went back in.
Yeah, that we never saw.
Yeah, Tony made me crawl under the unexcavated.
I was in there too.
No, you weren't. I was.
Oh, in the dirt portion?
We have clips from it. I'm standing right next to you.
No, the unexcavated area.
Yeah, it's the one where the girl goes, Seekers or whatever she says.
I didn't see that on the clip.
Not this clip, but
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us this week. We will be back again next week. Ron and Lourdes should be back with us.
Yes, they will.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
I hope they enjoyed their. Yeah, they were up at. They were up in the Niagara Falls area with Nick Groff.
Yep.
I can't remember.
Like dark something.
What was that called? Do you remember?
Not Skinwalker.
Deathwalker.
Deathwalker.
Yeah, that's it. They're up there doing the Deathwalker thing with Nick Roth. It's so pretty cool. They posted some pictures. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure we'll have some good stories. I'm sure they got some good Staticom up there too. So
yeah.
Awesome.
We will definitely be back next week.
Yep.
We will, same people, same time, same everything. Maybe next week it'll be on Facebook.
You never know. It's what keeps us.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Interesting. Interesting. Yep.
Could happen.
It could happen. Who knows? All right, guys.
Stay tuned.
You got to stay tuned. Phelps Dodge is no longer a place where anybody can investigate, but it is forever in our hearts.
That's right.
It is. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter what they do with that building. That place will forever stay haunted. That's and that wasn't my tag for the night.
I'm like, oh, good job, baby.
Yeah, that was great. I didn't even mean to do that.
We'll try to visit one of these days.
Yeah, if they ever do
drive by it, break in. Everybody else does.
Yeah.
It's too bad that everybody watching here didn't get the opportunity to get into that location, because I'm telling you right now, out of all the places that I've investigated in the 20 too many damn years now of investigating, that is the most active place I've ever been in. And there was never a boring night. And even the nights that we didn't think we got any activity, we'd go home and review our EVPs, and it was just insane.
Right. And most of the time, the nights you thought were the worst, you took back, you started revealing, like, oh my God, there's voices everywhere. And it's just, it was bumps, footsteps, voices, gurneys, elevators, God, intelligent responses,
residual
responses.
I mean, that was the Phelps
run Staticom on the curb.
Run Staticom on the curb.
That's awesome.
I can tell you this is interesting. In all the years that I've been investigating, that is the first time I'd ever gotten touched.
Yeah.
And that was the last time Mary talked to me because I yelled at her. Remember?
I do remember that.
Mary actually, she reached up and I actually felt her ice cold fingers on my shoulder, and I got pissed because I don't like being touched. And I told her, "Don't you ever touch me again." And she never responded to us again after that. So I think I upset her. Sorry, but it was a fantastic place filled with fantastic people doing the investigations, and we enjoyed every minute of it, and we miss it dearly.
So did we.
Yeah.
So did we.
Guys, have a good night. We'll see you next week. Remember, you don't have to stay home, but you have to stay haunted. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Can you give me a name? What's your name?